Hi, I'm Nichole Banks, life coach and expert at helping women grow into the best versions of themselves. This podcast is peppered with a variety of women's topics for personal growth and development. If you're looking for ways to get unstuck, this podcast covers it all. Bringing you fresh new ideas every Monday. Get ready. Great things are about to happen. You are listening to episode 74 of the Nichole Banks podcast. Focus on your results, not your failures. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Hey, welcome. So what's really crazy is I'm just curious to know how you're doing, what's going on in your end of the world, right? What's happening on your side of the world? What's so crazy, and I'm so thrilled to say that I love my listeners because they really are all over the world. I have a big, huge handful of Arizonians listening. Of course, my Washingtonians are up north. I've got my mom in Eugene, Oregon. Go Ducks. Thank you, Mom, for listening. Shout out to my mom. I've got friends in Salem. Hey, Louisa. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, that's right. I'm throwing it out there, doing some shout outs. I've got Sarah in Goldendale, Washington. Do love Sarah, girl. I hope you're doing well. Asia, South Africa. I'm just thrilled and honored to be able to use this platform as sharing my message and hopefully some encouragement and some engagement, some growth, some personal development, and of course to be able to elevate and energize your life, because reality is that's what we need in our lives sometimes. It's just always with a grateful heart that you guys tune in. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you. I also want to let you know that today's episode is about focusing on your results, not your failures. And I'm going to slow down for just a minute because you know me, I get excited about a topic and I'm like 24/7. However, what I want to do is really make sure that there are times when we just go, wow, I'm such a loser. I'm such a failure. This is not worth it. I'm not worth it. And then before we know it, we end up in that stuck cycle of low self-esteem, low self-worth. And that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about giving you guys an opportunity to level up your life, because that's what it's really about, right? Great minds think alike when we say, gosh, I want to get out of this mindset. I want to get out of this funk. I want to get out of this mood. And before you know it, you're like, okay, but how do I do it? Where do I find the resource? So I'm happy that the Nichole Banks podcast can become that resource for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your tribe if you see and hear value in this podcast. So let's dive into the psychology behind why we tend to dwell on failures instead of celebrating our successes. And it's kind of crazy because for those listeners to the podcast, you guys know that I started Weight Watchers in January. And I am literally stuck at 10 pounds lost. I'm literally stuck. Number one is because I was so excited. And remember back in the day, and I think you still get it. As a matter of fact, I'm on the app, the Weight Watcher app. And every day when you log in, right, and then there's milestones that you get. So I got a little tag that said 5 pounds. And I remember my mom coming home and sharing with my dad, she got this little coin or this little ribbon, and it's incentives, right? It's small celebrations of steps or levels in which you've accomplished. And so I'm a celebrator. I love to party. Let's party, girl. Woo-hoo. But the reality is not like drug party, not like crazy party, but let's celebrate. I'm a big celebrator. High five to all of those that love to celebrate the little things. I used to have an old neighbor that literally was celebrating 24/7. Didn't matter what it was. Oh my God, spring's here. Big party, big spring party. Oh my gosh, Easter's here. Big, huge Easter party. So she celebrated all the holidays, but just would find, it's Friday, let's party. It's Saturday, let's party. I mean, that kind of girl, right? Okay, that's a little extravagant to me, but I am that person that will high five you if you show up at an event that I put on. Because sometimes those that are in that stuck rut or that rut of being stuck literally won't even show up. They RSVP, but then they don't show up. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a birthday party. It could be a hike. It could be, your birthday. and they don't show up because they are not as strong as their excuses, right? So one of the things that I always think about is let's celebrate and focus on the results, not the failures. So again, going back to me being stuck, I have an accountability partner that is working with me on my Weight Watcher app. And I don't know why it is. I think I went, I lost 10 pounds in 5 weeks. So the second week of February, I'm like, 10 pounds, finally. And I got this little, like I said, in the app itself, I got this little tiny thing that said, hey, congratulations, you've won 10 pounds. So of course, I've been celebrating that. Now it's April, right? April 8th. Today is April 8th. And guess what? I am still at that 10 pounds. I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. Why am I such a failure at this? I don't want to be a failure at this. I want to focus on the results. So even though the scale may not change, little do you know, but I'm losing inches. My arms are looking a little more toned. My bottom is a little less flabby and a little more firm. Ching, 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 right? So you think of the things that we want. Of course, we want the results, but guess what? We also have to do the work. So if we focus on the results and not the failures, it will allow us to celebrate and get excited about more results. So it's kind of like the dance. I know you guys have heard me explain this before. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 1 step back. 4 steps forward, 1 step back. Believe it or not, you're still going forward. If you look over the duration of the time in which you're on this, you're still going forward. So that is like a lesson in life, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be health and wellness, but it could also be, your career choices, the men you date. Okay, I dated a really good guy. It ended because he's a really good guy. He's just not my good guy, right? We didn't see eye to eye on a certain couple of things. I mean, in my opinion, I've had 2 failed marriages. And reality is that the gentleman I'm with now is like the ultimate guy. I think everybody needs a Jeff in their life. And amen to the gals that have a Jeff in their life. Maybe their name isn't Jeff, but he's supportive, he's loving, he's kind, he allows you to breathe. He wants to also spend time with you and dote on you and challenge you and make you laugh and be your supportive partner. Like, I have never been supported like this in my entire life. But I'm not married. We're not married. We're not legally married, but he is my partner. I am so attached and addicted to him. And yet, we have each other's space. We have each other's back. I'm not going anywhere, and I guarantee you he's not either. Trust and believe I will not let him. I have locked the doors. Okay, wink, wink, ha, ha. But reality is sometimes what we do, especially in psychology, that we actually tend to dwell on the failures instead of celebrating our successes. And our brains are wired to pay more attention to the negative experiences. Get ready for this one. It's as a survival mechanism. I have PTSD from some childhood things that happened to me. And reality is, I definitely know that I will tend to lean negatively more than positively. Now, that may shock some of you, especially the friends that are listening. I struggle and strive every single day to make sure that my mind doesn't go whack crazy to the negative, because it's so easy to do. And that's true, whether it's judging myself for being such a X, Y, and Z, and, put in all the things that you want to there. But there's times where it's just like, man, I can't believe I cannot get this yet. What am I doing wrong? And sometimes, because again, I go to that negative side, I am going to put the blame on me. But what happens if it's not me? Guess what? Just right now at fault or default, I automatically default to it is me. I've been blamed before. I'll be blamed again. It's me. But the reality is it's not. Sometimes it's the circumstance. Sometimes it's the situation. Sometimes it's the environment. And that's okay. But remember, we have to remember that in today's world, this negativity bias can actually hold us back from reaching our full potential. I've done years of therapy. I've done years of counseling. I've enjoyed my own personal life coach. And I'm telling you, my mind does go left 24/7, negative, 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 negative. But because of the work I do and the work that I've done, personally, I will bring it forward. And it doesn't have to be hoorah, rah positive, but it definitely will see the other side of it as opposed to it just being negative. It's a lot of work. Trust and believe me when I say this. And if your mindset goes that way too, catastrophizes, negativity, always on the dark side, do the work so you too can pull that from the negative side to the positive side. And when we fixate on our failures, you have to understand that what we do is it actually reinforces a negative feedback loop in our minds. And it leads us to feeling inadequate. Of course, the self-doubt pops up. But by shifting our focus to our results, we can actually break free from this cycle and unlock the innate power to achieve greatness. I know it's so exciting because it's so true. I am true belief of this. I am evident of this. I have done the work so I can have a positive outcome, even if I break even. Literally, even if I break even. So in my opinion, this morning when I got on the scale and I'm still just down 10 pounds, I'm calling that a win. Here are the reasons why. I did not gain. I still feel good. I still have the work to do and I'm putting in the work. I've lost inches. I'm sleeping better. I'm not huffing and puffing as much. I don't have any belly aches as often. Now, don't get me wrong. I still have the little heartburn, but I don't have it as often. I'm choosing to continue to eat healthy. I have a clearer mind. I also am less irritable because I'm a sugar addict. I love sugar and I spike and I fall and I spike and I fall. Those were 10. Literally, I just gave you 10 amazing wins, and I know that there's so much more, right? We could talk about the body and the cholesterol and the heart and all the other things that come with it, right? But I didn't. I stopped at 10, and I'm considering that a win. So celebrate with me. Let's go, right? It feels good. If I did not gain, I'm still going to call that a win. All right, now what we want to do is explore some practical tips so you can start implementing to focus on your results. Here are 4. Number 1, reframe your perspective. I know, here we go. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, set them as opportunities for growth. Every obstacle is a chance to learn and improve. Embrace the mindset of a lifelong learner and approach challenges with resilience and optimism. Now, listen to me when I say this. For those that heard, I think it was either last week or within the last 2 weeks episodes, I had talked about there are times where people will just become that long life learner and not do the actions. I have a friend, and I think I mentioned to her, it's like, listen, she just wants one more certification. I'm like, girl, you could teach this certification course. What are you doing? You have enough. Stop and teach, coach, go. Fly, be free, jump out of the nest. I'm going to push you out if you don't stop taking on more education. She's got it. But in regards to this, we do want to embrace the mindset of a lifelong learner and approach challenges with resilience and optimism. I love that one. So the first one is reframe your perspective. Number 2, practice gratitude. I am telling you, if you do not stop and pause every single day, and it literally could be the 5-second pause and just say, I am grateful for, and then fill in the blank. That's it. That's all you have to do. It will shift your focus from what went wrong to what went right. Just like I am grateful that I didn't gain any weight and I just named 10 amazing wins. I take time each day to reflect my achievements, no matter how small. By cultivating this gratitude attitude, I'm training my brain to notice and appreciate my success more readily, and you will too. So do me a favor, your challenge this week, today is Monday, if you're listening to this Monday, take 7 days and show me 7 days of gratitude. Just take 5 seconds and fill in the blank. I am grateful for, boom, fill in the blank. That's it. That's all you need to do. 7-day challenge. You accept it? Say, I accept, Nicole, if you do. Go. All right, congratulations. Just starting the challenge is half the battle, right? So I'm so thrilled that you're doing this. All right, number 3 is set SMART goals, right? Here we go. So we're going to break down your aspirations into detailed, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives. That is really the framework. It provides clarity and structure, making sure that when you set the goal, my goal is to lose 40 pounds and I'm giving myself 6 months. I have 30 more to go. That's right. That means I need to really get my butt in gear. But the reality is too, that's my time. It's definitely going to be measurable. I'm eating healthy. I'm choosing healthy choices. I'm doing the right things by getting my workouts in, weights and cardio, but also knowing too that it's achievable. Now, had I said I would like to lose 40 pounds in the month of January, everybody would have went, uh-oh, you're on Ozempic. The reality is that even people with Ozempic are not losing 40 pounds in a month, but some are, some aren't. I don't know all the details of that, but that's not healthy for me or my mindset, okay? So I want them to be achievable. You too, Google SMART goals. It will give you so much information. Maybe I'll create a podcast on that later, but reality is that there are things that you can do by setting SMART goals, not just setting a goal, but setting, the details of it. How are you going to get to this goal? Making sure it's measurable. When are you going to check in to see what you need to adjust in this goal? Making sure that it's achievable, realistic. Yes, I can get that. Making sure that it's relevant, right? Relevancy is a huge thing. I felt like I needed to lose some weight just for my own well-being. And the way my clothes fit, yeah, it was time. Very relevant. And then giving yourself the right amount of time to achieve this goal as well is going to be huge. Number 4, surround yourself with positivity. You ready for this one? Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that encourage a growth mindset and celebrate success. If you don't have one, if you don't have someone to lean on, reach out. They're out there. I guarantee you they are out there. This support will encourage your confidence and reinforce your belief in yourself. I'm telling you, it just feels good. Now, there are going to be women that go, okay, I just have no one, Nicole. You can't go and tell me just to find someone when I don't know anyone. Okay, that's fine. Then you know what? Maybe you lean into a Facebook group. Maybe you lean into an Instagram group. Maybe you lean into someone you follow on TikTok or YouTube. Maybe it's a family member. And you know what? By God, I'm going to tell you something else too. I believe in you that you yourself can do it without support. It feels good with support, but you're only stronger, and I'm going to celebrate you even more if you do it without support. It's okay. You can do it. I believe in you. I want you to believe in you. Now, what I want to do is actually talk about the benefits for focusing on your result, right? Because you're like, oh, okay, well, why do I have to do this, or why should I do this? Well, because first and foremost, number 1 is it increases your confidence. Celebrating your success, no matter how small, boosts your self-confidence and beliefs in your abilities. Yes. That's right. So what happens if you set this goal and you don't quite reach it? You give up? I've set my goal for 40 pounds in 6 months. If I hit 30 of those pounds, am I going to give up? No, I came pretty darn close with that effort than not even doing it at all. If anything, I probably would have gained weight. You with me on that? So continue. No matter how small the success, it will boost your self-confidence. And we love that because this positive reinforcement fuels your motivation to keep pushing forward and striving for even greater accomplishments, right? First the 10, then the next 10. Let's go. And I'm referring to my weight loss, all right? Okay. So it could be other things in life. It could be a career choice. It could be, money saving. It could be paying off debt. It could be lowering your credit cards. All the things that you choose, it literally could be a reinforcement. Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it's supporting the community. Maybe it's, donating to the church. I don't know what that looks like. It's your goals. So I also feel that another incredible benefit of focusing on your results is enhanced resilience. So when we learn from our setbacks and challenges, we have to remember that instead of getting bogged down by failure, you develop resilience. What? That's right. This resilience allows you to bounce back more quickly and come back stronger than ever. So a perfect example, going back to my health and wellness. So I had gained 1.5 pounds and I went, oh, no, 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 no. And the next week I lost that 1.5 pounds and I'm back down to 10, right? Instead of giving up and going, oh, see, I told you I couldn't do it. Look, I've already gained 1.5 pounds. How do you like my voice? The reality is that you become Debbie Downer. It's like, oh, I should just give up. I gained 1.5 pounds. You're not celebrating the still win of 8.5 pounds. You're giving it all up. And that's not the way to go. So when we learn from our setbacks, it builds resilience and the motivation to continue to go. The third benefit I feel like is a greater motivation. So seeing the progress you've made over time fuels your motivation and drive to continue working towards your goal, even when the going gets tough. And did I not just say that? That's right, I did. I basically just said that. Listen, I have built resilience. I'm like, okay, so I've gained 1.5 pounds. I don't want it to go anymore, so I'm going to stop what I was doing and continue to do this way, or alternate, or get back into drinking the water, or get back to eating the more fruits and vegetables, doing the things that I did that are giving me the results in which I wanted, right? Okay. It also, here's another benefit, it improves mindset. Focusing on your results cultivates a growth mindset, which I absolutely love. I am beyond the moon when someone comes to me and said, wow, I am really shifting my mindset. It is really growing. So a belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work is truly a growth mindset. With a growth mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenges, persist in the face of setbacks, and ultimately achieve success. Everything that we think really starts in the mind. It just, all the mindset. It's all mindset work. Because remember, your thoughts then create your feelings. Your feelings is how we respond with action. So if you're feeling motivated, your actions are all motivated actions. Like, woohoo, okay, I am going to go on that power walk. All right, I am going to go ahead and eat that more fruit. All right, I'm going to have a salad with no dressing. Okay. Whatever your actions are, right? And then those actions create those results. So you always have the circumstance, and then it's followed by your thought. So your circumstance is usually something you don't change or can't change. Then your thought, which is creating your feeling, and then your actions, and then your results. So anytime you're stuck, S-T-U-C-K, in anything that you do, ask yourself how you're feeling. How are you feeling about that? And typically, because being stuck it's not fun. It's not, being stuck is stuck. You are literally stuck. So how do you feel about being stuck? Typically your feelings are, oh, I'm sad. I'm not able to do this. You have low self-esteem, low self-confidence, right? You're bored, you're lonely, you're unhappy, you're miserable, whatever the case may be, you're stuck. And then your actions are what stuck actions are. You do nothing. You don't know what to do. Or if you do something, you're asking people, and you're asking 28 people, which of course are giving you 28 opinions, and guess what you end up with? Still being stuck. And when you're stuck and you take those non-action actions, your results are what? Still being stuck. I know. However, if you ask, hey, how am I feeling? And you're feeling good, and you've got great energy, and you're positive, woohoo, it is going to be a great day. Your actions usually will be, hi, good morning, how can I help you? You have a great positive attitude, your voice, your energy, your mannerism, your body language is completely different than being stuck. Your results are completely different because your actions are different, right? So it's circumstance, thought. When I say ask how you're feeling, you should really check into what is driving that feeling. What's the thought driving that feeling? So when I feel stuck, my thought is usually, I've never been able to be successful at this before. And then that makes me feel like I'm inadequate. I'm unsuccessful. I have low self-esteem. And my actions are, well, I don't do anything about it, or I do it half-assed, which gets me what results? Poor results or half-assed results, okay? So the thought of, hey, I'm going to give it my best, or I'd like to see what I do if I don't give up, which is chasing the feeling of, all right, I'm empowered to see what it would feel like if I don't give up, which also gives me the feeling of I can do it, or the feeling of hope. And those actions are, I'm going to strive a little faster. I'm going to walk a little longer. I'm going to make sure I count my water. I'm going to actually start measuring my results. And when we do that, my actions are exactly that. And then my results are better. So I'm losing weight, or I'm feeling thinner, I'm happy or clear-minded. So just be mindful when you are feeling blah, blue, what's your thought behind it? Here's how it goes. This is the self-coaching model that you guys have heard me talk about before. And I've heard it from Brooke Castillo. So there's so many other people that teach it, coach it, or a form of this. But it's the circumstance followed by the thought, which creates your feelings. And your feelings will create your actions. If you feel good, you're moving around. If you feel bad, you're laying on the couch like a potato, which gets you what results? If they're positive actions, you're going to get positive results. If they're negative actions, you're going to get negative results or half-assed results. That is what that is all about. So I always say, if you're feeling this way, what's the thought behind it and what's the circumstance? So start from the top. You can go anywhere. Man, I got negative results. Well, I wonder what you did. Oh, I did it half-assed. You can work it backwards. Because I only did it half-assed because I was feeling, kind of bad. Because I don't think I could get it done. But the circumstances, I still need to do it. I mean, you know what I mean? Okay, there's that. I should probably do a podcast on just that because it's pretty cool. All right, here we go. So ladies, you know what? One of the things you have to understand is that the benefits of focusing on your results are truly transformative. By redirecting your action away from failure and towards your achievements, you empower yourself to create the life you've always dreamed of. But remember, this mindset shift won't happen overnight. It won't. It takes time, practice, and patience. What does it take? Time, practice, and patience. So do this. Be kind to yourself along the way. Celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. If you want someone to celebrate with you, don't forget to DM me on social media. I am more than happy to throw you up a rah-rah. Those are my pom-poms, by the way. Rah-rah. That's all for today's episode of the Nichole Banks podcast. Of course, if you found these tips helpful, be sure to subscribe, like, and follow for more empowering content. Until next time, keep focusing on your results and watch your dreams become a reality. Make it a great one, ladies. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've gained valuable insights and inspiration to help you elevate your life to the next level. Remember, success is within your reach, and with the right support and guidance, you can achieve your dreams faster than you ever thought possible. If you're ready to take the next step and level up your life, visit my website at www.nicolebanks.com. Don't forget, I spell my name with an H, to learn more about my coaching program. Together, we can unlock your full potential and create the life you truly deserve. Thank you again for listening, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.